Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is C4, aka Tom Cox, and welcome to the Laker Morgue. Laker Morgue is the official crime show of CSIR, and we're here today to discuss the cold case of Theodosia Burr Alston. Theodosia Burr Alston is probably best known from the musical Hamilton, and she was the daughter of Vice President Aaron Burr. Now, her profile is actually quite impressive. From all known accounts, she was a complete genius. She read Fall of the Roman Empire by age 10. She learned French, could read Greek and Latin, and could play piano. What we're here today is to discuss both her life and her mysterious disappearance. Now, she was possibly one of the very first women to ever receive a college education. This was described by Charles Felton Pidgeon, and both an author and an inventor at the time. She would be one of the first American women to receive an education of this magnitude. She was raised by Aaron Burr, reading A Vindication of the Rights of Women, an early work of feminist philosophy, and Aaron Burr believed that his daughter should be educated. She even campaigned to have her father return to America after he was acquitted of treason in 1807. Aaron Burr had even moved to Europe after he was acquitted. In 1801, she married Joseph Alston and had a son, Aaron Burr Alston, in 1802. Joseph Alston became governor of South Carolina during the War of 1812. The birth of Aaron took a serious toll on Theodosia's health. It became even worse when her son Aaron died of malaria at age 10 in 1812. Her health prevented her from visiting her newly returned father in 1812. He could not join her due to the War of 1812 starting. She boarded the Patriot on December 31st, 1812, and this is where the disappearance took place. The Patriot itself was a schooner, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, which was a ship that had two masts, and the Patriot was very well known for being a very fast ship. It was used during the war and, for this voyage, had the guns dismounted and put below deck. The ship itself set sail on December 31st, which was its very last voyage. The whole ship disappeared. The toll that this took on Aaron Burr said, in his own words, that he had been separated from humanity himself. He himself believed that the daughter had died in the shipwreck, believing no one had captured her, even though this goes against most accounts from captured pirates. Many theories on the disappearance of Theodosia range from pirates to severe storms. One theory states that she was captured by a group of pirates called the Bankers. If so, then she was murdered, since that was what the group did to the crews of the ships. Another story was that she was captured by a group of pirates. One of them, and forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this, Dominique Yaux, who confessed on his deathbed that Theodosia walked the plank and died as soon as she hit the water. Yaux' confession is one of the many supposed confessions about Theodosia's death, all of them varying very differently. Many people claim to have killed Theodosia, but few have any actual evidence. The biggest possibility in this case is possibly the weather. Now, the big problem with this case is that it happened in 1812. Well, not 1812, but... Y'all forgive me, there was a technical issue for a second there. The biggest problem is the time period that this took place in. The forensic technology at the time was very primitive, and honestly, even today, it would have been very hard to discern what happened. I mean, the ship absolutely disappeared and has never been recovered. So there was very little they could do other than theorize, and most of the supposed confessions, like I said, had very few evidence, and there was many to weed out. Not to mention, the reported storms were nasty, to say the least. It is entirely possible the ship could have crashed down due to the weather. Either way, the death took a toll on Aaron Burr, and the nation mourned with him. Again, it's very hard to discern what happened with the case due to the time period that this took place in. This is the cold case by the highest of standards. It's one of the very many cases that will never be solved, which makes it ideal that this is the first one we start out on. The Cold Cases series on this show will be describing mysterious disappearances, deaths, and crimes that to this day have never been solved, and going over the forensics used and that could have been used in the cases. The next episode, Cold Case number 2, will be the death of Annie Lee. All right.